For too long, the 8th Congressional District in southeast Missouri and the 12th Congressional District in southern Illinois, some of the poorest in America, have been crippled by limited access to national markets. Decade after decade, these communities have faced economic challenges and declining populations. Businesses struggle, families leave for better opportunities, and we lose more of the vibrant heartland spirit each year. But the TransAmerica Corridor is set to solve these challenges. Right now, each state is doing their part. The shared section in southeast Missouri and southern Illinois is called Future Interstate 66. Originally envisioned as part of the Congressional High Priority Corridor system, was designed to establish a vital East-West transportation route from Virginia to California. The proposed route would extend from Washington, D.C. to Pikeville, Kentucky, continuing westward through Paducah, Kentucky before crossing into southern Illinois. From there, it would connect to the interstate-grade Bill Emerson Memorial Bridge at Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and continue westward to Van Buren, Missouri, eventually linking with the Springfield-Branson region. In 2005, the Kentucky Transportation Commission study found that a bridge across the Mississippi would be impractical and far too costly to build. The big problems were access to bedrock and right-of-way for river traffic. And in 2015, the Illinois 66 Corridor study was shelved due to Kentucky's lack of interest to participate at the time. In 2024, a new 60-bridge project was the latest attempt to be canceled, putting the only feasible route between Paducah, Kentucky and Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Recently, there has been a renewed push to revive the I-66 project in Missouri, Illinois, and Kentucky. This is primarily because a route is needed and there are no new bridges to construct. This highway is more than just an infrastructure project. It's a strategy for revitalization. As America's population and trade have grown, our infrastructure has lagged, remaining largely unchanged since the early 20th century. Roads initially designed for 8% truck traffic now carry more than 40%. This part of the United States also suffers from a lack of east-west federal highways. Between the metro area of St. Louis, with the counties associated, and Cape Girardeau County in southeast Missouri, there exists a 147-mile gap with no easy east-west access. A slightly larger gap exists south of Cape Girardeau County all the way down to Memphis, Tennessee. In total, this accounts for over 300 miles of east-west federal highway gap from the west coast to the east coast of the United States. Future I-66 addresses these regional shortcomings, creating a modern, efficient, and eco-friendly transportation network for our region. The local impact is significant. Future I-66 provides southeast Missouri and southern Illinois with better access to national markets without long detours. It promises reduced traffic, safer roads, and economic growth spurred by construction and new development. The routes of I-66 encourage cleaner, faster transport, benefiting local businesses and families alike. Southeast Missouri and southern Illinois now find themselves in a unique position. The states on their periphery are signing off on major highway upgrades via the bipartisan infrastructure bill. The governor of Kansas approved highway upgrades across southern Kansas in early 2024, and the governor of Kentucky did the same for highways across his state. Missouri and Illinois will now link into those upgraded highways. Future I-66 doesn't require any new four-lane bridges, saving several $billions. The I-24 bridge at Paducah, Kentucky, and the Bill Emerson Memorial Bridge at Cape Girardeau, Missouri, already exist, saving money and materials that can be invested back into our region. Future I-66 is composed of 2 expressways. In southeast Missouri, the Ozark Expressway starts in Van Buren, follows east on an upgraded 4-lane Highway 34 until it reaches Marble Hill, where it swings southeast to Dutchtown. It then passes the south end of Cape Girardeau until it crosses over the Mississippi. The Shawnee Expressway starts in southern Illinois at Route 146, continuing across the Shawnee National Forest, where nature bridges allow wildlife safe access across the highway. It continues east until it reaches I-24 just north of Paducah, Kentucky. The entire stretch of future I-66 will allow the economies of southeast Missouri and southern Illinois to flourish. Once built, it will become the centerpiece of future federal efforts with the TransAmerica Corridor. Designed to meet 21st century transportation needs, the TransAmerica Corridor revolutionizes how we move people, goods, and resources, both nationwide and globally, while minimizing environmental damage with tunnels and nature bridges that allow wildlife easy crossings, preserving migration habits. The I-66 corridor is a critical infrastructure project, especially in light of international initiatives like the Mexico Interoceanic Corridor. Once completed, I-66 will significantly enhance America's economic growth, improve national connectivity, support tourism, and alleviate congestion on existing highways. The TransAmerica Corridor will begin in Norfolk, Virginia, extending westward to Pikeville or Hazard, Kentucky, where it will intersect with I-66 coming from Washington, D.C. From this junction in Kentucky, the corridor will continue westward, traversing southern Kentucky before extending into southern Illinois and southeastern Missouri. Future I-66 of the TransAmerica Corridor is a turning point for southeast Missouri and southern Illinois, a gateway to a brighter future built on smart planning, environmental responsibility, and economic prosperity. Spread the word and get involved at transamericacorridor.com.